This month on Mustang Magazine, NHS We Learned to Skate, have a talk with Captain Jake, and look back on the senior versus faculty basketball game. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this edition of Mustang Magazine.
Hello and welcome to the April edition of Mustang Magazine. I'm Chris Sheehan.
And I'm Kiki Thaxter. Mustang Magazine is produced by broadcast journalism students from Nord High School.
Our goal is to tell stories from around our community that matter to teenagers the most.
First up, we take you to the GSU Lecture Hall, where a local TV meteorologist shared her weather experiences with students from NHS Science and TV production classes.
Freshmen Maddie McDonough and Michael Curley report.
Well, I'm here today because I wanted to talk a little bit about New England weather and also about my career. The obvious reason, I just love weather in general. Weather really lights up my world, but the one thing I will say is it all started from me when I was sitting in the seats just like you folks were today. Well, I hope they learned a little bit about all types of New England weather, from blizzards to hurricanes to tornadoes, because we can get everything here. Just wait 5 minutes. But the other thing I hope they learned is, whatever you want to do, just to pursue your dreams and to be really involved and be really active and take steps to go that way.
Okay, and now it's time to shift gears, literally. And this next story is a classic. Sam Doucette and Mia Finizzi report.
Paul Ragusa collects and maintains classic cars.
This car here is a 1967 Pontiac Catalina. It is a convertible, and by pushing this button here, the top folds back.
There is a small difference between an antique and a classic car.
Car to be considered a classic, I believe, has to be 25 years old. Then I think after 30 years it's considered an antique.
Getting a classic car on the road means that you must first restore it to driving condition.
Some cars we have bought as they are sitting right now. This car came to me as a shell, and we've basically built it to what you see it today. We installed the engine, radiator, had the car painted, rewire it, the whole system. Parts are so readily available, and you can pretty much fix the car or the engine with anything from Walmart, zip ties, and duct tape.
Although his Pontiac Catalina is ready to ride, Ragusa is focusing on his new 1937 Ford.
We are currently having the interior of the car finished. So right now, there's nothing in there. Except for the door panels, you can see they are black leather. The seat is black leather, and we're just waiting for the carpet to be installed. And this is going to be a very fun car.
Look for him every other Thursday at Gillette Stadium next summer. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Samantha Doucette.
Wow, nothing beats the classics.
Around this time of year, students start to choose their classes. Declan Tolman and Thomas Guerreri report.
The NHS guidance staff has been working with the students to help select classes for next year.
So every year we get recommendations from teachers through iPass. They recommend the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors for the classes they should take next year. And then we sit down with each of those kids individually and go over what those recommendations are.
So we have to keep in mind a few different things based on the class that we are recommending them for. Ultimately, in order to move up from one level to another, obviously your grade has to be pretty good. You need to maintain your homework average. Writing is obviously huge to go from one to the other, but a big element that a lot of people don't really think about is the class participation.
Students have a variety of classes to choose from when picking their electives.
So as you get older, you have more and more choices, but like sophomores and juniors have anything in tech, so engineering, CAD, drama, TV. You can also take exercise phys as a junior or senior.
Freshman and sophomore levels are CP2, college prep and honors. So, and then when you get to junior and senior year, we add another course, which is AP, and from there, we recommend sophomore honors kids for AP. It's a 2-year course.
You're not always able to take the classes that you like.
And sometimes people have conflicts. Seniors, for the most part, have the most conflicts because they have the most variation in their schedules, but if 2 things meet at the same time, sometimes students will have to make a choice that they're not really happy to make, but it's how it works out.
Students have the option to override the recommendations made by their teachers.
So if you want to change a class, you have till the middle of April. If you want to move up a level, you have to talk to your teacher first, and then if they still don't want you to move up, you'd have to go through the override process.
If somebody feels really strongly, you can override the teacher's decision. Speak to your parents, speak to guidance, and if everybody makes the decision that that's the best spot, then you can override the teacher's decision and go into that class.
This year, students have different options to take for gym.
So this year they're giving rising juniors, so the current sophomore class, options for gym. They can take cardio and core, which is like weight room and sort of cardio stuff on the different machines in there. They can do net-tastics, which is badminton, volleyball, tennis, that type of thing. Or they can do world games, which is team sports.
Make sure you get your classes straightened out. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Thomas Guerreri.
Thanks, guys. Now we have a quick story by myself and my partner Gina Palazzolo with one of the youngest captains in Nord volleyball history.
My name is Jake, and I'm the captain of boys volleyball varsity team. My role as captain is leading by example and, making sure everyone's where they're supposed to be at the right time. My goals for the team are to make tournament and play as much as possible to get the less experienced guys more experienced and unify the team together and get them playing a lot. And our main goal is to make tournament and get a lot of wins there too. Yeah, it's definitely difficult leading when I'm younger because they don't always listen to me, and the favorite part of leading the team is just having fun with it and playing a lot. It's really fun.
Thanks, girls. Sticking to sports, Paul Galvin brings us the most important game in Norwood sports history.
Was that last year's baseball state championship?
No, the senior versus faculty basketball game.
Last week, the Friendship Club hosted their annual senior versus faculty basketball game in the gym. The seniors dominated from the opening tip. Keith Semakula opened up the scoring for the seniors with a 3 from the corner. Jovi DeRisca then followed up with a nice move to the basket to stretch the seniors' lead. Kyle Begley hit a 3 to add to the early lead for the seniors. Nick Carmanica then helps out the seniors on a jump shot with a nice assist from Joe Mazzata. However, the teachers would try to spark a comeback with Mr. Bourne hitting 2 deep 3s on back-to-back possessions. But Brian King answers immediately with a 3 of his own. Mr. Booth tried to get the teachers back in it with a monstrous block against the backboard on Joe Lianos. But some good defense leading to points would ice the game late for the seniors. The seniors rebound from a loss last year against the teachers with a 64-27 win while helping the Friendship Club in the process.
Wow, the game was exciting. It seems everyone is getting into the volleyball spirit, even in the PE classes.
Reporters Caitlin Briggerton and Brett Lampon take us down to the gym for more.
NHS students are serving and spiking in Mr. Grzinski's freshman gym class.
Practicing some of the skills that they need to be able to play a game.
And the game is volleyball, a sport that requires the team to work together in order to keep the ball from hitting the ground. One of the most basic skills that needs to be learned in order to accomplish this is setting.
They are practicing their setting skills and their passing skills. In about 5 minutes we'll go into serving drills so we can actually serve and start games.
And serving is a critical part of the game.
That's the hardest part of volleyball, is serving the ball in. to get a game going.
Being able to volley the ball back and forth without letting it hit the ground can be more challenging than it looks.
The challenge of volleyball is the actual component of the skill of passing and setting to a partner, to a teammate, that they're ready for the ball and you can put a ball in play and rally back and forth with the other team and make it a fun, because the more the volleyball is in play, the funner it is.
Even though volleyball is a competitive sport, it isn't always about winning.
You're going to be playing against another team and you want to win, but we don't necessarily stress the winning part of it. More or less is the getting better at the skills that you're doing and making the games more competitive.
Once the fundamentals of volleyball are learned, it can become a lifelong activity.
It can be played just for fun. On the beach, at picnics, you see people setting up volleyball nets just to have fun.
But for some students, gym class is the only time during the school day when they can blow off some steam.
Well, it gets them out of sitting at a hard desk all day long. It's nice to get up and move around and get outside when the weather's nice. Maybe volleyball isn't their sport, maybe tennis is. We'll be doing that when we go outside. So finding something the kids like, and they maybe can take that when they graduate and take that into their adult life.
And Mr. Kosinski is hoping he's helped a few students realize the importance of incorporating exercise into their daily lives. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Caitlin Bickerton.
I always look forward to learning about volleyball in my PE class.
Learning a sport can be a great way to stay in shape and develop a lifelong skill, and it's never too early to start.
Mia Finizzi and Sam Doucette take us to the rink where some newbie skaters are getting their first lessons on the ice.
When a child first comes on Learn to Skate, they typically don't have a lot of skating experience.
Learn to Skate is a Norwood youth hockey program that teaches kids 4 and up the basic skills of skating.
They might have gone on the ice 1 or 2 times, so we set them up with the crate, and they use the crate as a means to support, to get comfortable. And through some drills and some fun exercises, we try to get them confident in their balance, because once they establish balance and they feel confident with it, they'll get off that crate.
There are 2 different levels on the ice. One side uses crates, the other does not.
Once they get off the crate, they graduate to the other side of the rink, and there's an obstacle course, there's soccer, just fun to pick up the ball drills, and eventually, through those different drills, they get more comfortable and they're ready to graduate from Learn to Skate to figure skating or a hockey program.
Along with the coaches on the ice, many high school students come and help out with the kids.
So to have high schoolers come and help, they're younger, the kids feel a little more comfortable.
Jacob Logan, a student at Norwood High School, is at Learn to Skate every Sunday.
I started helping out with Learn to Skate because in 8th grade we needed pins points for community service hours, and since I was already playing hockey at the time, I thought it'd be a good idea to just get a little better on skates and help out.
While helping out with Learn to Skate, Logan comes across many difficulties.
Some of the difficulties helping out is that a lot of the kids are really young, mostly under 5. So if they have a problem or they start crying or they're just having troubles, they can't really tell you what's wrong because they don't know how to communicate with people, and it's just difficult.
Logan usually helps with the obstacle course where the kids do not use crates.
We put cones and you have to dive under. I like helping out at Learn to Skate because it's fun to see the kids progress and develop a love for hockey and come into the hockey program when they're older, and it's a good way to give back to the community.
If you know someone who would like to learn how to skate, there are 3 sessions from winter to spring. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Mia Finizzi.
Thanks, girls. I remember my first days on the ice. It really got my heart pumping.
It's interesting you say that, because this next story, students are getting their hearts pumping before taking the MCAT exams. Ryan Kelly and Micah Curley report.
Sophomores were in the gym bright and early last month in preparation for the MCAT testing.
I'm doing dodgeball. I'm participating in the walking activity.
I did walking.
Right now playing basketball. And while those activities may seem like they have nothing to do with taking a test, health teacher Jan Cohn points to other evidence.
Basically, it's increasing the blood flow and oxygen throughout the body, and anytime you have more oxygen to your brain, you're going to think more clearly. The more blood flow that's going, the more alert you're going to feel, and the more on target you're going to be with the way that your mind is thinking.
So Cohn and the health department organized some exercise burst activities where students spent several minutes getting their blood circulating.
There was dodgeball. I think they played mat ball maybe this morning. There's the walking track. There was moving to dance in the auditorium, maybe in the weight room, and then we also had basketball.
And while the energy burst was intended to help students do better on the MCAS, some still questioned why they were there.
I don't see the point of it. I mean, it's just a way to get us going, but I mean, it helps some people, but I don't know if it helps me.
Either way, sophomores were given an opportunity, and it was up to them to take the advantage.
Kind of like wakes you up, like gets you going, gets the blood going. So yeah, it gets my brain going and it makes me feel fine, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it helps you like relax from just waking up, so it's easier to take the test, you know?
Research does support the idea that exercise improves test scores. According to Cohn, the energy burst idea came from the book Spark by Dr. John Rady.
He actually did a comprehensive study on 19,000 students in Illinois, and during his study they had the highest, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but the highest science health scores in the world, which is huge.
And Cohn adds, you can't underestimate the power of a little positive movement.
When you see people exercising, they're smiling, they start laughing, they start moving, in general, they're happier in their mood, their mind is more prepared to sit down for 3 hours. So I think it's great.
Well, the sophomore MCAS scores aren't back yet, so we'll have to wait and see if the exercise energy burst did the trick or not. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Michael Curley.
Well, that wraps up another edition of Mustang Magazine. We hope you enjoyed these stories.
To see more stories like these, visit our website www.nhstv.org or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our brand new Snapchat. Thanks for watching.
See you next month.